Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Toonstruck for the PC. In the last episode, we went to the tavern, we talked to the bartender, we caught a mouse, we got a little beer stein, I guess. We got ourselves a little beer mug.
From the tavern.
A tankard. That's the proper term. So, we've done all that we can in the tavern. We might as well go to other shops while we are here.
That's the arcade.
Do I want to go to the arcade? I think I do. Let's go to the arcade. Which was a very popular thing back in the 1990s. And interestingly, there's a few arcade machines. There's a high striker here. We have some patrons. We're apparently seeing this place from inside an arcade machine because looking at this, we're kind of behind the screen here, I guess. And we also have a seemingly disgruntled cashier. Let's look at stuff and see if we can take in the sights and whatnot. Well, there's the strengthometer, but I don't think I want to mess with that yet.
Wow, I haven't seen one of those things since, I've never actually seen one of those things, except in cartoons.
Same. I don't think I've ever actually seen a high striker with my own eyes in real life. Always in TV, sometimes in cartoons, sometimes in music videos. Never right in front of me, in the place that I am at. And we have a couple of arcade games. We could look at them.
Video game.
Hey, imagine if you discovered you were just a character inside one of those things. I bet you'd feel like a real loser.
I guess you'd be even more of a loser if you never knew.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of gave me memories of knowing that Wreck-It Ralph exists. Kind of.
A video game addict.
I don't get the attraction. I mean, simulated violence? What's the point?
Because you get in trouble if you do it in real life. I don't know.
If I know bears, their compulsive video game playing habits, I'm never going to get to play this game.
Bears have compulsive video game playing habits?
Just take a look around. You should really read my paper on it sometime.
I honestly can't tell if he's kidding or if he's actually done that.
Bear glued to a video game.
As opposed to...
Bear glued to a video game.
Or... was it?
Forget it. This one's taken.
Yeah.
A video game glued to a bear.
That's what I was going for.
Bear glued to a video game. Forget it.
No,
This
no, no,
one's
no,
taken.
no. Let's try the joke again.
Bear glued to a video game. A video game glued to a bear.
There! Took long enough, but we got there. Anyway, there's another arcade game that is free called Wac-Man. We're not going to touch that just yet. Instead, we're going to talk to the cashier.
That guy's short a couple of legs.
Does that make him a sextopus?
No, just easier to draw.
I mean, he's not wrong. Anyway, let's go talk to the cashier.
Good day, kind sir. My name is Drew Blank, and this is Flux Wildly. Pleased to meet you. So, is this an arcade?
No, it's a flower shop. Only we're fresh out of flowers. Of course it's an arcade, you meathead.
Drew! Did you hear that? You just got dumped on by a utopian. Drew Blank snubbed by a sap. Boy, I can't think of anything more humiliating. Wait until everybody hears about this. You'll never live it down.
Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Flux Wildly.
And from here, we can break the ice with the cashier. For a minute, the game froze before Flux Wildly went into his second set of dialogue there, and for a minute I thought the game froze and I was about to say something. Thankfully, that didn't occur, and we're still playing this game. Anyway, ice breaking, go.
You know, I thought utopians were supposed to be happy and helpful, caring and sharing. You seem surprisingly obnoxious.
Okay, so you found me out. I'm not from around here.
Yeah, hey, I remember you. You used to have a place like this in Zanydu. How come you left the homeland?
Business sucked. It's not easy to con a zany. Everyone's a wise guy.
Yeah.
So I came over here to swindle, entertain these smiley little utopian saps. It ain't glamorous, but it's a living.
Ripping off utopians. Why, that's just alrighty. Inspired. You need a partner?
He's speaking theoretically, of course.
I am?
Well, theoretically speaking, now!
As much as the old school arcade games here are definitely skill-based, it does feel like there is a bit of luck to them, especially when you get to a really high level and everything goes super fast and everything. I wouldn't exactly call these things a scam or anything. Matter of fact, it happened to pinball more likely than it did to arcade games, but I don't really know that much about arcades in the 80s. But there's always this addictive just one more nature of these games, and I think that's what gets people to put their money in them. I mean, minimum game. Wait, no. What was it called? Bushnell's Law. Minimal rules, maximum fun. That's it. And that's how they get your money, I guess. Ice Cube. We can still click on this. I'm going to save everything else here for later.
If you ask me, conning the ultra-gullible doesn't sound like a particularly rewarding career. Where's the challenge? Where's the joy? Now, in my line of work, but enough about me. This is about your career. Stay.
Drew, are you nuts? Old Fishface here is a genius. He's got it made.
Oh yeah, made in the shade. Except for the fact that I gotta live here in Utopia, which means I gotta kiss sweet little furry utopian butt. Well, hello, friend. Aren't the flowers lovely this time of year? Happy day, happy day. Man, a little piece of me dies every time I gotta say crap like that.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that the cashier here does not like being in Qtopia. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the arcade machine.
That game in the middle isn't very popular.
Wac-Man? Hey, that's because it's from Zanydu. My furry little patrons prefer goody-goody Qtopian games like Street Fighter.
Street Fighter?
You hurl compliments.
Figures.
That's your most popular game?
Yeah, that and Mortal Wombat.
I won't ask.
Well, don't. Now, Wac-Man, here's a game. And with all the time I got on my tentacles, let's just say I've gotten pretty damn good at it. In fact, I've got sort of a standing challenge. If anyone can beat me at Wac-Man, I'll give them one of the arcade's top prizes. This fabulous, practically gold chain.
Practically gold.
Hey, that's almost valuable.
Well, I have no idea how to play Wac-Man, but I'm not one to shy away from a challenge. And a lot of humiliation. So, are you up for a game?
Sure, chump. You beat me, I'll give you the gold chain.
And we're actually going to play it. So there are two ways to win. You either exhaust the gauge of your opponent at the top, or you hit the target enough times that the mace ball comes down and hits your opponent. This guy's going to duck eventually. And I'm going to keep hitting this target. Also, I have to remember to put the cursor on the controls here at the lower right-hand corner, or else I'm not going to have a good time. Also, I died first because I didn't get my Didn't get my cursor to the corner fast enough. But of course, we can always try again, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
You up for a game of Wac-Man?
So,
Sure, chump, you beat
there are
me.
two ways to
I'll
win.
give you the gold chain.
You either beat up your opponent so badly that their gauge is all red, or you hit the target so many times that the mace ball comes down and squashes them. What I usually do is just keep throwing shurikens all day. As long as I have my cursor here at the corner, I'm pretty much good. And I just keep rapidly tapping the button. I know I'm cheesing it here, but it's going to have to help me out sometime. I mean, this is about to come down. There we go. You actually have to click the arrow buttons.
Sorry,
Oh.
buddy. Looks like I'm the new champ.
Champ, you mother's ass. I saw you cheat, but I'll give you the chain anyway, because I'm such an honest guy.
And we now have the gold chain, which we can now put in the bottomless bag. Can we look at
The
it?
cheap chain from the arcade.
And it may or may not be gold. If our conversation about it was any indication. So I might as well show this off again.
How about another game of Wac-Man? Just for, you know, old time's sake.
All right, but don't think you're going to get any more free prizes out of me.
You have to. Here's how you basically win. I mean, you have to keep pressing the attack button, obviously, the big red attack button. But the blue arrow buttons, you have to use those to move your shield up and down. Now, blocking low lets you block lower shots, but they also leave the target behind you vulnerable. And if that target gets hit, the ball above you comes down. And if it goes down low enough, it will eventually drop on you, and you'll die that way.
That's more like it. I'm
So-
glad to see you've set aside your cheating ways. Hail the champ.
And there are two ways to win. Obviously, defeating your opponent or getting the ball to drop on them. But because of that, there's also two ways for you to die, and you have to be very careful about what you're doing. And the fact that you have to use the mouse for all the controls, it makes everything a lot harder, almost as if you were controlling a construction crane or something. I know that the way I'm explaining things isn't the best because I'm trying to explain it and think about how to explain it at the same time, because there is a little bit of depth to this, but I just usually stick to my usual deal of just doing nothing but attack and attack and attack and just be cheap and win that way. And that's how I got the gold chain. Now, can I talk to the cashier some more? Actually, I can, yes.
Oh, goody.
I forgot that I had dialogue options.
I think I know how that strengthometer thing works. You try to ring the bell, right?
Yep, that's all you gotta do to win one of the arcade's top prizes. This bottle of fine Chablis. I even got a lucky mallet right here waiting for you. Ah, sure, buddy. Whatever you say.
Good effort, Drew. Even though you failed, I admire you for giving it your best shot. I don't know him. I've never seen him before in my life.
So that fourth option let us play with the High Striker, also known as the Strength-ometer. And we can't beat it with the Lucky Mallet that the cashier gives us because it's made of rubber and it does virtually nothing when we strike this. There is a way to win, but we don't have it right now, as far as I know. So let's see if we can say other things with the cashier.
Oh, Captain Calamari.
Don't you have to be somewhere?
Ah, yes, we can talk about King Hugh.
So, what about that King Hugh? You gotta love him. I mean, you do. Gotta love him, right?
Oh, he's the happiest, kindest king in all Qtopia. I salute him. To tell you the truth, the guy's way too happy. Makes me want to puke. So you want to play some games or what?
Well, we've already done that. And we've done all that we can do. So, we might as well say goodbye to the cashier for now and leave the arcade.
So long, Mr. Squid. I've treasured the time we've had together.
Well, that makes one of you.
That's cute.
And yeah, something tells me that we're definitely going to have to see him again. I'm starting to love this game now. It's very, very 90s. You have a lot of public domain and music from cartoons that from the 90s you probably heard in Ren and Stimpy or something. Assuming you've watched the 1990s version of Ren and Stimpy. This is about as 90s as a cartoon-based point-and-click game can basically be. I do have to admit. So, we've taken care of a few things. We've looked at the arcade. We've talked with the cashier. We have a strength-ometer that we can't get the high strike, the puck of the high striker all the way up to the top of yet. And we've beaten the cashier at Wac-Man for a gold chain, which may or may not be a valuable gold chain. The cashier is a rather dubious individual after all. And there will be other places that we can go. There are other places we can go, as a matter of fact. We still have the bakery and the costume shop. But I'm going to go ahead and wait until the next video. So, I'm going to put this in practice. And LP4. Alright. Join me next time where we explore more of the shops of the village and see what we can do in them. See if we can help out some more people. See if we can do some more things that will be valuable to our quest to build up the Cutifier and hopefully destroy the Malevolator. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!